God made the Bible, yes, He did. All 66 books, yes, He did. 39 books, yes, He did. In the Old Testament, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers, Deuteronomy and Joshua, Judges and Ruth, First and Second Samuel, First and Second Kings, First and Second Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job and the Psalms, Proverb, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel and Amos, and Obadiah, Jonah, Micah and Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi. God made the Bible, yes, He did. All 66 books, yes, He did. 27 books, yes, He did. In the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Acts, Epistle to the Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians and Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews and James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, Jude and Revelation. God made the Bible, yes, He did. All 66 books, yes, He did. For you and for me, yes, He did. Yes, He did, yes, He did, yes, He did. Congratulations! You just finished watching This Is Aetheria's production of the books of the Bible. Now, it is to the tune of He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. I use my body because it's right here and it's very convenient. Please feel free to change it up to what fits best for you. Just make sure you learn the books of the Bible. And by the way, have fun. It's really a fun activity. So I'm going to explain to you what I was doing with my body. I started with my arms because they're just right here. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth. Ta-da! There's 8 books right there. Then I go 1st, 2nd Samuel, 1st, 2nd Kings, 1st, 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah. So now how do I get to the next book from my knees? Esther. Esther was praying. I say on her knees. I go, Esther, Job, and the Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes. Why am I using my arms? Well, they're here. And those books are pretty strong in the Bible. Song of Solomon, or sometimes people say the Song of Songs, whichever one you prefer. And then there's Isaiah and Jeremiah. Now they're at the top of the ladder. They were climbing the ladder. They got up and they looked down, and there's Lamentations. He's weeping because he wants them to come down. Lamentations, Ezekiel. Now Ezekiel has nothing to do with crying except my hands are right here, so I just put them together. Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel. Daniel, remember when Daniel was in the lion's den and they pulled the stone back and they looked down? Well, I just use this right here. Daniel, Hosea, Joel, and Amos. Joel like a J coming out. Okay, they're just right here together like the gesture. And Obadiah, you make an O and opens and out comes Jonah. He's swimming. Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk. Some people refer to Habakkuk as Habakkuk, whichever you prefer. But here are the minor prophets, and they're swimming together. And then there is Zephaniah and Haggai. They're looking around, trying to see, who do they see? They see none other than Zechariah making his Z. And out pops Malachi. And there you have it, 39 books of the Old Testament. New Testament, 27 books. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Make an A for the book of Acts. It goes into an E, make an R, and it's an epistle going to the Romans, a letter that goes to the Romans. It goes in and they open it. It pops out into a C for Corinthians, 1st, 2nd Corinthians. Then over here you have Galatians and Ephesians. They're eating and enjoying themselves. But he flips over. There's Philippians, Colossians. They're resting because they were eating with the Galatians and the Ephesians. Then you have 1st and 2nd Thessalonians. You make a T. You drop down 1st and 2nd Timothy. Okay, then you got the two T's, T-H, T-I. Then there's Titus. He's over here tying his rope. Philemon is filing away, but then something happens. He bruised his arm. So there's Hebrews. James is working. He's jamming something together. Then there's 1st and 2nd Peter. He's blowing his pipe. And then 1st, 2nd, 3rd John. J is for John. And Jude, he's eating, he's chewing, and then you cross for rejoicing in Revelation. And there you have it. God made the Bible. Yes, he did. All 66 books. Yes, he did. For you and for me. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.